It's time for the moment you've been waiting for.
Charlie versus Jack.
Hello everyone, and welcome to a brand new season of HellaVersus. I'm your friendly neighborhood Linus the Embryon, and happy Halloween everyone! And for this episode, we've got ourselves a spooky matchup for you. Today we have a matchup between Jack Skellington, the Pumpkin King, and Charlie Morningstar, the Princess of Hell. King versus Princess. Who wins this fight in this festive Halloween night? Let's find out. But before we get into the feats, we'll have to go over some rules first. So first off, which version of Jack are we using for this fight? Since for those of you who don't know, there's basically two different versions of him. There's the movie version, obviously, and then there's the Kingdom Hearts version. And the Kingdom Hearts version is very, very strong, to say the least. And I asked you guys on my community tab, asking you guys if you guys wanted the Kingdom Hearts version, the movie version, or basically a composite version of Jack. And the majority of you guys have voted for movie Jack, which honestly is kind of fair since the Kingdom Hearts version would definitely destroy Charlie. Spoilers. So you guys voted for movie Jack, and also I won't be using the multiversal version of Jack. But I will kind of go over him, or at least some of his feats, just for reference. So we'll be looking at Charlie Morningstar versus movie Jack Skellington, okay? Okay, now let's actually get into it. Charlie Morningstar is the daughter of Lucifer and Lilith, King and Queen of Hell, and is the Princess of Hell. She's the main protagonist in the show Hazbin Hotel and is the owner of the hotel that goes by the same name. Her main goal in life is to rehabilitate sinners in order to get to heaven. Despite what heaven and hell thinks, she's still determined to prove hell and heaven wrong about rehabilitation. During the show, she would meet the leader of the Angel Exorcist army, Adam, and was laughed at and caused the annual extermination to move up to 6 months instead of a year. During the end of the show, she and her friends at the hotel would put a stop to Adam's reign of terror and rebuild the hotel with the help of the Hazbin cast and her father Lucifer, and who saved her from Adam's grasp. And also really makes you wonder what her mom is doing in heaven. So, actually, there's not really much else to go off of in her backstory other than that Lilith tried to make her not like her dad, but we all know that didn't go to plan. And that Lucifer was kind to her, but wasn't really there for her much. I don't really know. And also that she was in an emo phase at one point. Can't wait for season 2 of Hazbin Hotel to come out and to see if there's any more of her backstory, or if there's any more information with her.
That's Princess of Hell to you, pig!
Jack Skellington is the main protagonist of Tim Burton's The Nightmare Before Christmas. He is a denizen of Halloween Town and is a respected master of fright, earning him the title of the Pumpkin King. Everyone praises Jack for his ability to scare even the bravest on the night of Halloween. But after many years of doing the same thing every year, Jack wants to do something more with his life. Not just scaring people, but something more. After traveling across the forest into the hinterlands with various trees containing a portal to different holiday-themed worlds, he just so happens to fall into one of these trees, sending him to Christmas Town, and learns that there are more holidays than just Halloween. After informing the people of Halloween Town about Christmas, they wanted to have a jab on the holiday, then making their own toys, decorations, and even kidnap Santa Claus. A perfect plan without any flaws. However, things didn't go to plan, surprisingly, which led to Oogie Boogie kidnapping Santa and Sarah in order to kill them. Jack came back to save both of them and defeat Oogie. After this stunning revelation, Jack felt more confident in where he belongs more than ever. In Kingdom Hearts, Jack meets the three main protagonists of this convoluted video game series: Donald, Goofy, and Sora. There isn't much to go off of on this, but it basically says that all four of them would often think of new ideas and new ways to make Halloween, quote, more exciting.
No animal nor man can scream like I can with the fury of my recitations.
Now that we've gotten over both of their backstories, let's get into this fight to see if Jack can take down the Princess of Hell, or if Charlie will put an end to the Pumpkin King.
I just keep on getting hungrier. Barbecue flavored tater chips. Barbecue flavored tater chips. Potato, yeah.
First is AP. Since Charlie is the daughter of Lucifer, she is one of Hell's few magic users, which makes her one of the more powerful demons, unlike any other ones in Hell, like Sinners, the Seven Deadly Sins, Overlords, and the Archgoetia. And she was able to go toe-to-toe with Adam for a short period of time, and even stab and throw him across from her on the battlefield. Since Adam can face off against Alistair and survive, that would put Charlie's AP up to at least mountain level, if she was able to draw blood from a highly ranked angel. Now, a spoiler for Jack in Kingdom Hearts, everything on him is multiversal, so while we're looking at the movie version, we'll look at the Kingdom Hearts Jack from time to time for reference, as I already stated earlier. Movie Jack is said to have at least wall level AP, since he's comparable to Oogie Boogie, and in his own game, he can collect items called Blue Souls, which he can use to amplify his strength and can become equal to Mega Oogie, which is basically just an even more powerful version of Oogie Boogie. So I might have to give the point here to both of them, since Charlie can fight against a high-ranked angel like Adam for a while, and since Jack can basically face off against a giant kaiju version of Oogie Boogie. Next up is speed. Charlie is said to have hypersonic speed, which is said to be about 3,710 to about 3,836 miles per hour, or about 5 times the speed of sound. Since she's a high-ranked demon in Hell's hierarchy, she can dodge angel attacks, quickly stop a punch from Adam, and should be fast enough to react to bullets like lower-ranked demons can. Jack, on the other hand, has superhuman speed, which is only about 27.5 miles per hour, since he can easily maneuver through all of Oogie's traps, like firing guns and spinning blades with ease. And somehow, he was able to get Santa and Sally, who were completely tied up and were about to fall into boiling lava, on the other side of the room and casually sit on Oogie's table, all in the span of 5 seconds. Which really makes you question if he really has superhuman speed, if he was able to do all of that in only 5 seconds. So, again, I might have to give a tie here for these two, since Charlie can dodge angel attacks and stop punches from Adam, and Jack can move 2 people and sit down at a table in 5 seconds, and can easily maneuver through swords and gunshots. Next up is durability. Jack is said to have wall-level durability, since he can survive hits from Mega Oogie, and is also able to survive being shot out of the sky and fall on a stone statue, and be completely fine after that. So, if we assume that he fell from cloud level, his terminal velocity was likely about 120 miles per hour or about 192 kilometers per hour, and which is the terminal velocity of a skydiver at the exact same height we see Jack in. And he was perfectly fine after falling 122 miles per hour out of the sky and falling on top of a stone statue. Charlie, on the other hand, is said to have small town durability in her base form, since she has the perk of only dying from angelic weaponry and her seemingly immortality. And if we take into account her demonic form, then her durability likely goes up to mountain level, since she can go toe-to-toe, survive, and endure a beating from Adam, and was also able to survive the force of a punch from an enraged Adam. Now mind you, this is the same Adam that casually punched and dissipated a force field that was able to keep all exorcists outside of it for a short while. So I might have to give Charlie the point here, since she can endure a beating from the leader of the angel exorcists and endure a punch from him, which was able to destroy an entire force field, and also survive a beating from him. Next up on the list is intelligence. Charlie is said to have above average IQ. However, despite her bubbly attitude and idealistic disposition, don't think that she's a pushover or that she's naive. She is aware that not all demons in hell want to be redeemed, such as Alistair, but is also perceptive to tricks from Alistair. Despite Alistair's many attempts to make a deal with her, she always rejected his deals and asserted her role as the Princess of Hell to him. And before any of you guys go to the comments saying that Charlie and Alistair did make a deal, I want to point out that, yes, they did make a deal, but it wasn't for her soul, as stated by Alistair himself.
I made a deal with Alistair.
Charlie! Oh, calm down. She still owns her soul.
And Charlie's also perceptive to Valentino's abuse to Angel, and most likely would have confronted the most hated overlord if the latter didn't happen. And she's also fluent in many different demonic languages, such as those in reverse. Jack is said to have gifted intelligence, being a master in the art of scaring, being known in many different countries for scaring people in the millions, mind you. You can't tell me that that's impressive to say the least. And Jack is also proficient in physical skill, since he's able to perform acrobatic skills expertly and show quick thinking skills too, and is also able to expertly judge distances of traps while being attacked by them at the same time. In battle, he's able to come up with different strategies, even when fighting in a non-conventional way to save his friends. So I'll give Jack the point here, since he's able to come up with different strategies and expertly perform acrobatic skills on the spot. Even if he's fighting in places that's unconventional to him and being surrounded by traps, he would still potentially come out on top in the end. Next up is experience. Charlie is said to be about 200 years old, even though her design is said to resemble that of a woman in her 20s. So Charlie has been around for a long time, no surprise there. Jack is said to be 200 to 300 years old, since it's said that he died when he was 24, although it's kind of unclear when the story of Nightmare Before Christmas takes place, if Jack died when he was 24 and is about 200 or 300 years old. So I might just give both of them the point here, since Charlie has been around for a long time, and the same goes for Jack, with him being confirmed a date for when he died. Before we go further into the video, I just want to make sure you guys are watching this video are subscribed to the channel, as only 7.9% of you guys watching are subscribed right now. So please change that and subscribe to the channel so we can hit 100,000 subs by the end of this year. And if we do reach this milestone, I'll give you guys a small little reward as a thank you in the form of a face reveal. So thanks again, and now back to the video. Now comes an interesting category, powers and abilities. Much like every other episode, Charlie has pyrokinesis, which is being able to control fire, transformation, Broadway force, possible tune force, since she created a piano and flipped an office light on and off, and presumably created a candy vase land during her musical in the pilot, able to use magic, explosion manipulation, since she can create fireworks at her fingertips, bodily weaponry, able to create huge claws out of her hands, as seen when she stopped a punch from Adam, immortality and flight, although this is only possible with Razzle and or Dazzle. Jack has stealth mastery, since he is able to sneak around Oogie's lair, save Santa and Sally, and lay on top of Oogie's table without drawing any attention to himself from Oogie. Again, I'm still questioning how that's even possible if he did that in 5 seconds. Anyways, weapons mastery, able to use many different weapons like guns, bombs, and boomerangs. Immortality, since he can take off his head and dang it. What did he take off his head for?
I can take off my head to recite Shakespearean quotations.
Ah, that's right. Thanks, Jack. Anyways, he also has self-subsistence, which is not needing to breathe. Acrobatics, social influence. I mean, just look at his influence on Halloween Town. Resistance to fire, since he lit himself on fire and was completely fine. Able to breathe fire, again, if he were to be lit on fire. And also electricity absorption. And since he survived and absorbed the electricity from an electric chair, which is said to be about 2,000 to 2,200 volts of electricity. Yeah. And this was used to kill people, mind you. So I'll give both of them the point here again. Since Charlie can control fire, use her pitchfork, and attempt to blast Jack, and while Jack can survive being lit on fire, perform acrobatic skills, and may even sneak up on Charlie without her knowing. The second to last category we have left is weaponry. Charlie has her shield and her angelic pitchfork, which is able to draw blood from Adam and even throw him across from her. Jack has his signature Soul Robber, as seen in Oogie's Revenge on the PS2. It's able to shapeshift into a rope dart, a scythe, or even a mace. And it can also create a tornado that attacks other opponents. So while both of them have good weapons, I'll give Jack the point, since the Soul Robber can change into any different weapon that he wants to, while Charlie's pitchfork doesn't have that same ability. It's just a pitchfork. And definitely not the devil's kind. And finally, the last category we have is weaknesses. Jack's weakness is the fact that he can get too wrapped up into his own excitement, and that it could cause harm to others, despite Jack being perceptive about his surroundings and can adapt to situations on the fly. Although in Oogie's Revenge, he seems to have learned his lesson. Charlie's weakness is as simple as every other demon in hell, and that's the fact that angelic weaponry is the only thing that can hurt and permanently kill her. Or even one of Adam's holy light attacks would have killed her. I mean, just ask Serpentius on that.
That could have been ugly.
So for one final time, Charlie gets the point, since it's unlikely that Jack would conveniently have any angelic metal or any angelic weapon on him during their fight. Now this one is a bit of a bonus one, and mainly because I just felt like doing this because I made it on my community tab. But who has the better singing voice? Or who's the better singer? Charlie is a good singer, okay? Actually, scratch that. Both of them are good singers. You can't deny that both of them are good singers, especially Jack, because holy crap, is Jack's voice just really good and captivating when it comes to singing. Some of his notable songs, like What's This, is just really captivating when it comes to Jack singing. And while Charlie isn't necessarily as enjoyable as Jack, I still find her pretty enjoyable, especially some of her other songs like Happy Day in Hell. Then, I don't know, it's just her bubbly and then fun-loving voice that just makes it more fun for me. Now, while both of them are good singers, I just have to give the point to Jack here. I mean, come on, man. It's Jack Skellington. You can't argue with this guy, especially when it comes to singing. And finally, we've come to the end of the spooky episode. Now, while Jack is the master of scaring and a strategic pumpkin king, and Charlie is the strong and perceptive princess, the winner of this fight is...
See, normally if you look at me and you look at Charlie, if we used to go one-on-one, I got 141 and 2/3 chance of winning at Save the Universe. The numbers don't lie!
Now, this would definitely be a very interesting fight here, since Charlie can light Jack on fire, but Jack could retaliate and breathe her fire back on her. Both of them are agile and can dodge each other's attacks with ease. And Jack is shown to be more acrobatic in the movie and in the games. And if he can dodge gunshots and sword swings, even without a weapon, then surely he can dodge some attacks from Charlie. But both of them are immortal, so it's unlikely that any of Charlie's attacks could kill Jack, since he survived 2,000 volts of electricity and a 120-mile fall from the sky. And at the same time, it's unlikely that any of Jack's attacks could hurt Charlie, especially considering that Charlie's weakness is angelic metal or weaponry. So, like the majority of these matchups, Jack wins this fight, but by technicality and not to the death. So Jack wins the first episode of HellaVersus Season 2. Do you guys agree or do you guys disagree? Let me know down in the comments below. Make sure you guys like this video and subscribe to the channel, as we are 40,000 subscribers away from hitting 100k. And also, comment below some Hazbin Hotel or Helluva matchups. I'd love to hear some of your requests. And stay tuned, because the next matchup is going to be revealed. And let's just say it's a very special episode to a certain succubus simp. Anyways, thanks again for watching this video, and I'll see you guys in the next episode. Peace. What? The video's over. You guys can go to the end. Oh, you guys are expecting a jump scare, are you? Come on, guys. I know it's Halloween, but I'm not gonna treat you guys to a
Subscribe! Help me get a